All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great millstone, who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out here pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shot there from the Chicago camp. Coming back to you what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And right now, got a little time to do a little international walk and talk. Right now, I'm in the town of Tallinn, Estonia. All right, if you don't know, Estonia was one of, I want to say like maybe 17 countries that finally broke free and had independence from what all used to be called Russia back in the day. But nonetheless, I was asleep last night, just meditating the spirit and things, and it just kind of hit me to just say, brothers, enjoy the beauty of your lot, And I know that's very hard to say when the world is against us, going through financial woes, baby mama woes, children being out of order, and a few other things, or should I say many other things. We have a lot of things going against us, but at the end of the day, it's what's going to make our story that much better. You have to think of our ultimate example, Yahweh Shai. All right, his whole lot when he was Yahweh Shai, if you can receive that, it was nothing. It was nothing but a big ass headache. What does the scripture say? He was, just paraphrasing, I'm kind of walking around. I'm trying to get to this museum so I can see some very edifying stuff. But nonetheless, the scripture tells us that, he was acquainted with grief and sorrow. All right, we know when Yahweh Shai was walking this earth physically as a man, he was catching the flux every day, all day. You had people constantly lying on him. All right, questioning his ability, questioning his wisdom. Okay, and even in the midst of that, he had to deal with the knowledge of knowing that he had to recruit a guy that was going to betray him. So, all these things, I say all that to say all these things happened to Yahweh Shai, and they were absolutely horrible. But in the end, look at his story. Okay, the scripture tells us greater is the end of a thing than the beginning. I mean, look at Yahweh Shai's story. It's the greatest story of all time. A man came down to serve his father's will, to redeem a people that was lost. And he said he would do it and be obedient to death. And this is the same mentality that we got to have, fellas. As the scripture tells us, there's no temptation that's uncommon to man. We ain't been through nothing that Yahweh Shai ain't been through. So it's one of those things that, even though we catching the flux, all these things are to our benefit. The scripture talks of us having an everlasting memorial. Now think about that. This very last lifetime that we're going to live, imagine what's going to be said about your everlasting memorial. What did Ezra say? That's actually a great example. What Ezra said. Who are these? He said, these are the men that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And see, that's the reputation that we want to have. So we have to make sure that we're also of the same mindset, knowing that all these tribulations are working towards something that is more how should I say, all these things are working towards our benefit to make sure that we are as tried and refined as possible. So I think I'm getting close to my location, but just thought I'd do a couple of minutes on this walk and talk. But nonetheless, I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say Shalom.